We are just a stone's throw from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it is rocking and rolling here at Huntington Bank Field in downtown Cleveland. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This taken in right around the goal line. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. Already here, they'll audible to something else. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Sanders. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Looking to throw, Sanders. And this throw will be intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Here we go. Cougar 19. Check
To
15.
throw is Sanders. Throwing after the interception. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Off play action. Sanders. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now a man who tore up the Packers in the NFC title game a few years back. It's Raheem Mostert. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. A short throw there to Strange. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Here's a give to Bigsby. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. If you look at this Browns defense, they've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
On play action, it's Rodgers. He's going to air one out. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. So first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They go play action here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Operating from the gun, Sanders. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a first carry here for their running back. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. 7-7, our score after 1. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Sanders. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And the Jaguars are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
A carry there for Mostert as he's able to work his way forward for a pretty good pickup on first down. Officially a gain of 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now 2nd and 5. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have...
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Sanders, off play action. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Foyesade Aluakin. And the Jags are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. But turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly. But, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
But that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate, that was just incomplete.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. That is caught. He's going to have the first down and then some. Across midfield. He's on his way. And finally down at the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you what. Third down, all you're thinking is, what can we do to keep this drive going to get enough yardage to move the sticks? You're certainly not thinking about taking this one almost the length of the field. But that's exactly what happens here. What a play, and what a change of fortunes.
And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Rodgers now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll run with Mostert. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now fourth and goal. This situation in the fourth quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pick, everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out, I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless too.
Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Mustang 19.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Sanders. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Off play action. Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Browns have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gotw. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Now it's Rodgers. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Snap comes at 1. short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Boston, the man in motion left. Rodgers now on first down. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11, first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
In motion right here, Hunter. Now Rodgers. He completes it to Hunter. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be left with second and a couple. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jags are an extra point away from drawing level. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving. A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
Now Sanders back to the air on second down. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
From the 9, 2nd and 5. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. Now Rodgers going to shift him around. Mostert will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Once again, it's Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. They'll run on 1st down. Sampson, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Sanders now to throw on 2nd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now a handoff up the middle. Sampson, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Here we go. 1st and goal. Now they'll change things up. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again. 1st and goal. Up the middle they go. Sampson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. This is 3rd and goal. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. It's up and good to make it 21-17. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. So Cleveland able to come